Yes, this is not me in the picture. But I, just like a lot of us, bought something online the other day. And as you can see, I was in the market for some gym shorts, but not just any old gym shorts, but gym shorts like these, with a handy pocket on the side for my phone. Now, to get there, not only did I have to convince myself that I'd look good in such shorts, but I had to find the right shorts. I looked at different brands, I looked at different styles, I pondered different delivery options, and I also pondered price. Finally, I landed here on these well-priced, very stylish gym shorts, and they have, of course, the handy side pocket for my phone. So no more stepping on my phone in the gym or smashing it on the road if I went for a run. Problem solved, mission accomplished. I felt sure that if anybody had seen this, had looked, they would see me, in fact, know me. Turns out that I'd got this wrong. You see, the picture of me and what my online retailer thought of me was a bit different. As I said, this is not a picture of me, but it turns out that they think that they know what I look like. To them, this is apparently me, based on my digital persona. Apparently, guys like me, well, we like 13-inch off-road antennas, rain ponchos, charging cables, and we need a rubber strap of some kind. And I was so intrigued about this rubber strap that I clicked through to understand just what was this thing. It turns out it's for strapping a headlamp to a helmet. So, quite taken aback by this profiling, it got me thinking. This picture that they have of me is not at all like me. It's not even aspirationally like me. A six-pack of rain ponchos. I live in Dubai. I could see how a charging cable was a fit, but everybody has a phone. I have an iPhone, so at least that got somewhat right. And here in Dubai, everybody pretty much owns an SUV or a sports car, so there's a 50-50 chance with the antenna. But the rubber strap thing, I don't own a helmet or a headlamp. Bottom line is this profiling was way off track. I was both mystified and a bit annoyed at the same time. These recommendations, far from bringing me closer to them as a customer, they're in fact pushing me further away. I was completely misunderstood, both who I was and what I wanted. But why and to what end? Why online do they get this so wrong so often? That was the question in my mind then, and it's the question that we'll set about answering now. So, let's get started. This bad experience reminded me that you've always had to earn your right to a relationship with the customer. Really, what online retailers want today is what shopkeepers 100 years ago had, to know us well. The picture that you see here is a general store in the 1920s, and this guy, he knew his customers well. He got there because he was engaged, and he got there because he was an integral part of their lives. He knew not only the person in front of him, but he knew the relationship that they had to those around them. He knew birthdays, weddings, and funerals. He was not only in constant contact with his customers, but he was doing what humans do well. He was observing their behavior, and he was moderating his behavior. And yes, he was selling, but he was serving as well. He knew them. He knew all of them very well. But then it all started to change. It started to change, and it got a bit different. In fact, very different. We got on a new ride. We industrialized, we mass-produced, our populations grew. We became a consumer class obsessed with convenience. The general store became the department store, the supermarket, the hypermarket, and even the convenience store. Soon the storekeeper went online and became an app, and we went online as well. We were online, and where we discovered, we researched, we ranked, we rated, we bought, and we bragged about it on social media. We were on a ride. It was the ride of a lifetime, and really it was a blast. But we didn't think very much about the cost of the ticket. You see, with every interaction online, a little bit more is known about us. It does not matter whether we buy or whether we browse. The fact is, our fingerprints are on everything that we touch online. So, what could go wrong? Not a lot, apparently. Studies show that more than half of us are comfortable with information being amassed and aggregated if it can be used in some way to our benefit. So if you can expedite my experience, deliver more relevant offers, behave in a more personalised fashion, summed up, deliver a better overall experience, then this is a fair trade. Please take my personal information and please put it to good use. But, and there's always a but, get it wrong and we're equally disappointed. Our standards are high, so high now in fact that more and more of us get frustrated. More than half of us are frustrated if you make bad recommendations. We are frustrated if you limit us. We do want to see the smart shopping suggestions, but we do want to see all that's on offer, not just what you think we might like. We may covet an expedited shopping experience, but it needs to be on our terms. Are we being difficult, or is this actually deliberate? It's probably a bit of both. Who we are and what we want is always in motion. You see, our identity and our intention are fast colliding, and both are actually needed. This image says it all, or more to the point, doesn't say it all. What's wrong here is that we are actually deliberately different depending on the circumstance. Sometimes we are seen better from just one angle, and we know best. So if you want to wow me, then know me as I want to be known. Then you will know what I want, and it turns out it's actually worth it. Today, there is a personal information industry that's worth billions, populated by providers who collect and collate, they analyse and they abstract not only our identity, but also our intention, before, of course, on selling it. We're certainly popular, but more, everybody is getting famous. We like celebrities being chased by the paparazzi, but in a digital world. Personal data is collected on all of us by the swipe and by the like, and we don't even have to buy or try to be noticed. But all this scrutiny, that might in fact provide us with opportunity. It follows then, cannot, should not, we do something with this? I believe that that's a question that will be answered soon. In fact, I think we can answer it now. We are, you see, in the movies, and movies of our own making. I think a near future exists where, just as a celebrity needs an agent, we will need one too. Personal information brokering today only supports those that sell. What if new brokers emerge benefiting those that buy? And by that, I mean us. We can have an agent representing our image, our intention, and our interests. Now we can be the star of the show. But where to start? Our agent could firstly act on our behalf. They could establish ownership of our total personal information now held by those that sell to us. They would close an immediate gap in our identity. You see, who we are to our online retailer ignores who we are to our bank or to our internet provider. In fact, anybody for that matter. Our agent can actually help us take charge. They can go beyond anything these businesses can do by themselves. And it would be a give to get. We would give authorised, accurate picture of us, a high definition image, complete with everything that they have always wanted. And we would get bigger discounts, better prices, more expedited service. Our new buying experience, well, it would have less friction. It would have more accuracy, more transparency, and in the end, more customer satisfaction. All made possible because we've made available a complete picture of us, the most useful picture of us. So, that's a good starting point, but can we actually go further? I think we can go further. You see, we have arrived. Our star is rising. Our agent can represent us not only as who we are, but who we want to be and when. An identity with intention, a persona with purpose. This perspective, this context for engagement is what's lacking today. Like a personal stylist, they can dress us up in the best digital persona to get the best effect. My persona is really only accurate when I provide it, because that's when it reflects my intention. There's no need to guess. That's what our agent can give us. Agency to manage ourselves with those that sell and when it matters. So, At an individual level, our agent will represent us, but could they in fact do even more? Our agent can do more. So if we are in the movies, what about the rest of the cast? The power of personal information is magnified when we're considered as a group. Find me 100, 1,000, 1,000,000 people who look like him so I can sell to them. Our agent would not just represent us, but many of us. And it would be the collective us. If our agents can take our personal information en masse, group the like-minded, then authenticity and intention become facts, not false positives. This will become the emerging engine room for our personal information economy. What we are worth as individuals explodes when we consider the collective us. But a good movie, make that a great movie, always is filmed in a great location. And in the digital world, location has a different name. But just what is that name? Its name is influencer. Billions are spent and fortunes are made trading in influence. But is it money well spent or money well earned? It's true that we do look to influencers for inspiration, but in a very short time, we've become skeptics. There are creeping issues of authenticity and vested interest. Influencers are all starting to look alike, whilst we are not. This skepticism and the sameness is not really serving us very well. And it raises the question, if brands are willing to pay for proxies of us, if so, why not pay for proximity to us? Today, influencers are a two-dimensional arrangement, brand to influencer, and we are the target. What if we formed a paid partnership with our own personal information as the glue? We could be our very own matchmaker. We'd get influence only from those that really mattered. No need to guess our engagement, because we would be engaged. Money well spent, and we would be spending money too. So, in this brave new digital future that we're living now, are we being misunderstood? Probably yes. Do we need to be misunderstood? Absolutely no. You see, whether we're one of many or standing alone, we do in fact stand out in the crowd, and we are counted. We are the star of our own movies, but we need to be considered from all angles. Our different personas, our different intentions. Some of our desires are unique to us, some in common to a group of the like-minded, but it's always in context. We talk about business to business, or business to consumer, or even direct to consumer. What about a new model? What about consumer to consumer, where we are by turns somebody's customer and they are our customer? We have something to sell back to the digital world, and it is us. We are seeing the dawn of the personal information economy. We are all celebrities, and with a little help from our agent, we could all be rewarded for a lifetime of notoriety for the right reason. We could all get famously compensated for being just who we are and doing just what we do. Perhaps this is the ultimate win-win, because we won't be misunderstood. Our intentions are good, the best in fact, because they will be our own. Thank you.